Hi there, Dale Guiducci once again. This is part two. This is part two, and it's still preparation, right? We're not going to actually go in and build a lead just yet. We've got some other preparation work to do. So let's start out with that. And I'm going to do a specific address that I have and show you again the prep work you want to do before you actually start building your lead. But you want to get into your Freedom Forever system. Now, if you're a trainee and you watched part one, that's awesome, because that is the part that you play in right there, is getting those utility bills. And again, the more information you can get for your trainer, perfect. You're not going to be able to duplicate this, trainees, until you are a certified trainer. You get access to beginning of Freedom Forever system, so you can take the online certification test, and then you'll get full access, and then this video will start making a lot of sense. But it's not bad for you to take a look at it now and kind of learn ahead of time either. So again, before we build a lead, what we want to do is find out information about our property. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the bottom here. We're going to click Sales Lookup. Now, sometimes that Sales Lookup hides behind the chat box, so you got to adjust the size of your screen to get access to that. That was a trick I learned. I think maybe Joaquin Costa taught me that trick. But you're going to go into Sales Lookup. Now you'll understand why as we go through this, but you want to put in, first of all, the zip code of your property. Now, the property I am working on is out in Arizona, so we're going to put in that zip code, and now it's going to ask me to select the city, Phoenix. Okay, great. And now it's going to ask me to select the utility. So remember, I shared with you on that intake form, you want to know your utility company going in, right? So even if you just get a spreadsheet from somebody, I've gotten spreadsheets, they don't give me the utility company. I can't do anything with that. So trainees, you've got to provide the utility company. Even though you're providing great information, if it doesn't have the utility company, then it's not going to work. So select the utility. In this case, it's Arizona Public Service Electric Company. And once we have those three things in, the zip code, the city that the home is located in, and the utility company, now we've got some really good information that Freedom Forever is telling us. First of all, they do, the Vivint Smart Home system can be installed in that area. Vivint, in other words, is in that area. It's in a Tier 1 area, meaning it's close enough to a location, a Freedom Forever location, where there's no distance adder. There's no additional costs. The utility status is active, meaning we work nicely with that utility company. However, the post-solar billing type, think about what that says, post-solar, right? So it's telling you that in this case, once the solar system's on this house, it does not do net metering. It's an export rate. So it does mean that the homeowner's going to get some credit, but not a net metering type of credit, which is dollar for dollar. It's going to be a discounted rate. Okay. It also tells you that this is a time of use utility. So in other words, they're going to charge, the utility company is going to charge a certain rate at a certain hour of the day when the usage is down, but 4 to 7 p.m. typically they're going to charge more. So time of use, no homeowners insurance is required, and then it tells you the pre-install approval time and the processing time and so forth, right? But the bottom line is we don't have any curveballs here. We don't have any distance adders. We don't have anything to worry about. Yes, it's an active area and so forth. Sometimes if you put in a zip code, it's going to tell you right away, we do not install in that area. So, you know, Western New York is one area right now that we're not installing on. The city, New York City, we're not installing in New York City. It'll tell you that right away. So you're good to go. That's the first thing that you want to do, is your lookup. Now, the second thing that you want to do is you want to go into your Sales Resource Center. Sales Resource Center. Click on that. Again, we're still in Freedom Forever. We're not using Aurora yet. Still in Freedom Forever. And we want to go to this very first folder here called Adder Sheets. We click on that and then go to Adder Sheet, this Adder Sheet as well. So second folder. And inside, you're going to get the overall adder sheet, or I guess a very descriptive adder sheet of all the adders. You want to blow it up so that you can see it. And what we're trying to determine here right now is what panels get installed in the state of Arizona. If you want to take a look at all the different adders that are potentially could be part of your deal. You want to go through here. The distance adders are in there. The roof plane adder, all of those different adders are in here. Re-roofing, a small system adder. That's one thing that I've run into. So you got to pay attention to what kind of adders are in here. Some you'll never use. Some you'll use quite often. So you just got to know that these adders are in here. There's adders for steep roofs, different degrees, flat roofs, etc., etc. So that's adders. So now we can click out of this. We can want to go into the Sales Resource Center different area, and we want to now come down third row. So 1, 2, third row, market research. Always want to click on market research to understand your state that you're working in. So right now I'm working in Arizona. If I were working in Connecticut, I would look at the Connecticut market guide, Georgia market guide, North Carolina, Florida, whatever it is, right? Let's take a look at Arizona. And this is going to tell you a lot of really good information that you should know going in. Okay. Now I'm not going to go through every single bit of it, but you want to. The first time that you're doing a deal in a state, you want to read through this information. It's got installation coverage area, financing options, incentives in some cases, overview of the electricity market, overview of the different utilities, the larger utilities in the area, the municipalities, etc. So you want to go down and take a look at installation coverage, overview of the market. You know, Arizona Public Service Company is an investor-owned. You've got Tucson, you've got UNS, you've got some municipal-owned utility companies as well, and some cooperatives, some co-ops. Okay, and this is where these different companies cover this area. Okay, in my case, I've got Arizona Public Service. So Arizona Public Service is in the blue. So one of the larger, or if not the largest, right, in the state. So it covers pretty much all of the Phoenix Metro and north, right up into Flagstaff. So it's a pretty big company. And then you go through the utility overview. Well, the first one is the Arizona Public Service Electric Company. Is it net metering? No, it's not. No, as I shared with you when we were looking, we were doing the sales lookup, and I put in the zip code. It said that it's an export rate. Well, that's not net metering, is it? Net metering is a dollar for dollar. This is an export rate. So it's going to tell me that, right? That the homeowner is not going to get a dollar for dollar buyback on their utilities, right? On the excess usage that the solar system is producing. So it's going to tell me that, and it's just going to go through. And I'm going to take the time. But these are some of the things that you want to look at. If there were any state incentives, or if any of the utility companies were offering an incentive. See right here, it says incentives not available, right, for Salt River project. Let's go back up here to Arizona Public and see if incentives. No incentives, right? So you know that. You know you don't need to add or can add anything else into into Aurora when you're building the system for an incentive. Okay, so those are the three things that you want to do. You know, in review, you want to go into your sales lookup, okay, and you want to put in your zip code, your city, your utility company. Find out if you can do this deal. Find out if there's any adders that you need to be worried about. Go into your Sales Resource Center. Go to the adder sheets and find out what panels that you need to use, and then go down in here to market research, open up the state, and do your homework, right? And make notes on that intake form so you've got it all in one place. You're not going to forget anything because it's all there for you. And now guess what? You can build your lead, and that's what we're going to do on video number 3, part number 3.